Welcome, everyone. I wanted to thank you for taking the time to tune in and hear about the benefits of program-wide pyramid model implementation. Um, this is going to support our state's earliest learning environments. Today, we wanted to share how pyramid model benefits teachers, children, and families. So let's get into what we're going to be doing today. Today, we're going to take a few moments to talk about why we're here. Why do we focus on social emotional development? What are your biggest challenges? What is the pyramid model? And how does the pyramid model work? What are the benefits for our districts and programs? And at the end, we will do a poll to identify how you, as the teachers in the classroom, feel about implementing pyramid model program-wide to support the social and emotional development of young children. So first up, why are we here today? Well, it started with the desire to see our teachers, students, and families be supported. We are here today to share the benefits of program-wide pyramid model implementation as your district and program decide if it's the next step to support our state's earliest learners. Through this partnership with Pyramid Pieces, your district and program will receive support and coaching with implementation of pyramid model. So what do we know about young children and behaviors that we see in the classroom? Well, we know that it begins early. Between 10 to 30% of preschool students are not behaviorally and emotionally ready to succeed in school. Early problem behavior is predicative of future challenges. So the best predictor of delinquency in adolescence and gang membership and incarceration is going to happen in those early years. We know that early educators feel challenged. Preschool teachers report that children's disruptive behavior is the single greatest challenge that they face, and preschool children are 3 times more likely to be expelled for behavioral issues than children in K through 12. So let's take a moment, take a breath, and think through what are some of your challenges? Think of those challenges that have become more prevalent post-pandemic. Take a moment to think about some of those challenges that you have seen or are seeing in your classroom now and list them to yourself. Feel free to pause the video and think through some of those challenges. Oftentimes, those challenges feel pretty weighty throughout the day. So when we think about why it's important to have those key social emotional skills taught, we know that they're going to get so much from it beyond just a decrease in challenging behaviors. When those social emotional skills are taught, our kiddos gain confidence. They gain the capacity to develop good relationships with peers and adults in the classroom. Concentration and persistence on challenging tasks are going up. The ability to effectively communicate their emotions is gained. The ability to listen to instructions and be attentive, the ability to solve social problems, the ability to calm down when feeling strong emotions. What do we know happens when children don't have these skills? When children don't have these skills, we tend to end back up at those behaviors that you were just reflecting on. We want to provide our kiddos with resources and tools to be successful. So with the pyramid model approach, it's an adopting a posture of support. It's supporting each and every child, supporting each and every family, and supporting each and every teacher and provider. The next step is that we're making sure that we're promoting equity and addressing bias. And then we are supporting inclusion, not exclusion. The goal is to keep these kiddos in the classroom where they're learning and thriving. So one thing to think back on is when a child doesn't know how to read, we teach them. If they don't know how to swim, we teach. If they don't know how to multiply, we teach. How to drive, we teach. But if a child doesn't know how to behave, what do? We don't always finish it with teach. We punish, we redirect, we do all these things, but we have to teach these skills as well. So why can't we finish that last sentence automatically as we do the others? And even taking it more preschool level, if a child doesn't know how to put on a coat or button buttons, tie shoes, those are all things that we teach. So that need it goes right along with behaviors as well. We have to teach expectations to our friends in our classrooms. All right, so the goal of pyramid is to promote children's success by creating an environment where every child feels good about coming to preschool, designing an environment that promotes child engagement and prevents challenging behaviors, and focusing on teaching children what to do, not just what not to do. So we're teaching expectations and routines. We're teaching skills that children can use in place of challenging behaviors, and we're teaching social emotional skills that are critical to child outcomes. So pyramid model for promoting social emotional competences of young children. Here it is laid out. It starts with that effective workforce and it moves up through the pyramid through different levels of supports. You have universal promotion that's for everybody, those secondary preventions that are for some, and then those tertiary or there's very few interventions for those intensive challenges that we might face. And this is a framework that is based on evidence-based practices. So pyramid model teachers are connected, confident, and competent. They come out with tools and resources to be successful. So let's talk about the layers of pyramid model. First, the first level that we're going to look at is that universal promotion for everybody. Everyone benefits from a nurturing, responsive relationship. Everyone benefits from a high quality supportive environment. So when we're looking at those nurturing and responsive relationships, these are the foundation of the pyramid. They're essential for healthy social development, and they include relationships with children, families, and team members. It goes beyond just teacher to child. It's how to really connect with the community at hand. Those high quality environments are inclusive, and they're making sure everyone's involved and together. They're a comprehensive system of curriculum, assessment, and program evaluation. The environmental design and instructional materials, the scheduling, the child guidance, the teacher interactions, they all meet a high quality practices that are described through NACE and DEC. So we're moving on through to the second tier of the pyramid model, which is tier 2, which is those targeted social emotional supports. So that's some secondary prevention. That is for some kiddos. So targeted social emotional supports. These are focusing on self-regulation, expressing and understanding emotions, problem solving, developing social relationships as social emotional learning for everybody. So everyone is learning the social emotional supports. Sometimes we have some friends who need some more specific and explicit instruction in those areas. And that's for some friends. So it might be more intentional, more specific, and to just that one or two friends that might need that. It increases the opportunity for instruction, practice, and feedback, and it helps grow family partnerships. And then there's progress monitoring and data decision making. The beauty of this second tier is anything in the second tier is going to benefit everyone as well. So everyone needs support with self-regulating, expressing and understanding emotions, especially when we're little. And this is our first time really delving into the social scene of the 4-year-old classroom. And then finally, we have our tier 3 that goes beyond just some of our friends who might need a little bit of extra support to there's very few friends who might need some intensive intervention. So through that, we have an individualized intensive interventions to address challenging behaviors for those few friends who might need a more comprehensive intervention plan. That includes being across all settings, including the home and the community. It's assessment-based, and it's a collaborative team that is supporting this child, and it's for skill building. So this level is more specific and will partner with our behavior support team. So when children have those persistent challenging behaviors and they're not responsive to the interventions that are already in place at the first and second level of the pyramid, we do move into a more intensive support for these kiddos. And it's an individualized intervention specific to them. It's applied in their natural environments. by the child's everyday teacher, caregiver, and it's focused on the child developing new skills so that they can do those skills instead of the behaviors that are seemingly challenging. So that process does look a little different. So when we're working through an individualized positive behavior support, we work through establishing the team that's going to support our friend, and then also identifying goals for them. There'll be functional assessment where we're gathering information. We kind of develop a hypothesis of what might be going on, and then we design a behavior support plan. And then we move through implementing, monitoring, evaluating those outcomes, and refining the plan in the natural environments. It's all about keeping our friends together in their classroom, learning together, thriving together. All right. So in order for us to be successful in implementing pyramid model, it's not just, all right, teachers, here's a training, here's the support, go forth and do. No, there's a support team in place. So the goal for each of our districts or each of our programs that are deciding to move forward with program-wide implementation will be guided by a leadership team. So the leadership team is established. We identify if we have staff buy-in. We talk about family engagement. We set some program-wide expectations, and then there's continuous professional development and classroom coaching. So teachers aren't just given a training and then sent forth to go and try. There's a partnership with South Carolina Pyramid Pieces, and through that partnership, we provide coaching, resources, and support for both classroom teachers. So our child care centers will have some direct coaching support from a Pyramid Pieces coach. And then with our districts, we are working to set up in-district coaches for your schools and your district who will be coached by our South Carolina Pyramid Pieces team. So we're continuing that support. So as you learn a new skill and you want to try something new in your classroom, you have someone there who can help support you through the process. It's not just we let you go and you figure it out. No, because that's not fun, and it's not a key way to be successful. We want you to feel successful in all that you do and give you the tools and resources for that to happen. So it takes leadership, it takes time. We know that teachers need support, and it takes a team. So when we say it takes time, this is a 3 to 5 year process. We start and we build capacity, we grow a foundation, we make sure you have the things you need to be successful, and then it's continued support through our team to ensure that you have the tools you need to continue with program-wide implementation from here on out. So why do we do this? What are the outcomes? So the outcomes for our kiddos, there's growth in their social and emotional skills. There's a decrease in overall disruptive behavior in the classroom. There's a reduction in child challenging behaviors. There's an increase in social interactions between children, and there's an increase in child engagement and learning opportunities. For our teachers, there's a shared language for communicating expectations. It improves capacity to teach social and emotional skills. It improves capacity to address challenging behavior, and the ability to support families to promote social and emotional skills are there for teachers as well. In addition, for our teachers, there's a feeling of being supported by the program and by the district in efforts to address challenging behaviors. There's positive relationships with families around issues related to challenging behavior. It's not so much if it's a challenge, it's a negative experience for the families. There's high fidelity programs that report that no children are asked to leave due to behavior. So that's the goal, is that a child's not asked to leave the classroom because there's a challenging behavior. And then the outcome for our families, teaming between families and teachers for intervention strategies, parents reporting feeling more supportive in preventing and addressing challenging behaviors, and there's a decrease in parent concerns about safety and behavior. That's a huge one. All right, so that was a lot of information in a little bit of time. And I'm sure that your district or your program will have conversations with you in the future more about this, but I just wanted to give you a brief overview about what we're doing and why we're doing it. So now it's your turn. Your team really wants to commit to partnering with Pyramid Pieces to continue your work implementing pyramid model district-wide. But we want your input. We know that if there's not teacher buy-in, that things can't live, they can't grow, and they can't be fruitful. And we want to encourage a community culture of social emotional growth and development. So you will either receive a survey electronically from your program or district, or it may be a paper copy, where you will indicate how you feel about pyramid model implementation for your center, your classroom, your district. We want your feedback, and your district wants your feedback. Your child care program wants your feedback because they want teachers bought in. So you will turn that in to the powers that be, and they will get it back to us, and then we will indicate, what kind of support we can provide for you in your classrooms. Thank you for taking the time to tune in today. We appreciate you listening. As always, if there are ever any questions, feel free to reach out to Pyramid Pieces, and we are here to help. So thanks and have a great day.